Hey friends, gonna make sure everything's rolling. Just 1 second. And I hope that the stream quality is okay. If you're online and have access to comments, feel free to let me know how the stream quality is because I'm in a new location. So that will be great. Okay, got a couple people here. And we are gonna have some Photoshop brush therapy today. Diane, oh hey Diane, glad to see you. And I'm glad that it looks good. Hey Jespy, okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad to be back online and like live after the week or whatever that I've had. I just sent out an email and I've been totally tucked up and working on these basic video tutorials, some of my foundations that I have been meaning to do forever. Oh, hey, David, you do not have all my styles. Well, yeah, we do need to fix that. Okay, I'm glad you're liking the basic videos because, oh my gosh, I thought I would lose my mind because it takes like such a different sort of mindset because I'm used to doing my tutorials and I'm used to taking my time. And with my basic videos, I really wanted to just get to the point, make everything really simple and clear. So it takes like more of an editing eye and I have to think more about what I'm going to say and everything. Hey, Linda, glad to have you. Yeah, so anyway, I think probably a lot of you that are on my live stream saw my email today or possibly saw it. And I just want to go over the quick video tutorials that I had created. Oh, Jetta, so glad, Judah, so glad to see you. And I love, like, you left me like the nicest comment on YouTube. That was so nice. Like, I love your comments. They're always like totally just encouraging me or whatever. But yeah, so like last week I was just nose to the grindstone, knocking out these blog posts and stuff. And also it's just like to make sure that I get all my steps in there and copywriting and all that stuff. It was like, honestly, it was totally exhausting me, but I'm just going to just show really quick in case any of you guys are not familiar or maybe you're dropping in via Behance. But yeah, so I made my basics video series. So they're all new. So I made like all these last week. I was super busy and just that's why I didn't do any lives. But yeah, so it's all the basics rather than being product specific tutorials. They are tutorials that are specific to the three major techniques that I use to create most of my designs and illustrations. Patrick, yeah, so all these videos are new and they're the first videos, well, one of the first videos that I made that are not product specific. So I might demonstrate using one product, but the idea is to be foundations. So this one is all about layer styles. And so I've got an introduction and then I've got the numbered videos and just go through all of the basics. So I've got in this video, I have working with how to load them up. A lot of you guys probably know most of this stuff, but you might pick up some different things. So, feel free to check them out and also the blog posts. And 2 seconds, I had, oops, ooh, a little WhatsApp from my mom, but she can wait. Yeah, so just all of the basics, but I do go into some little tips and tricks. And so, yeah, and I kept the videos like really short. So, yeah, just they could be good refreshers because sometimes I have people saying like, "Oh my gosh, I get so overwhelmed," or "I'm new to your techniques and everything is really overwhelming." So I kind of kept hearing that a lot. So I wanted to like address that and say, have more of like an onboarding and have like, okay, these are the three foundations you need to know to like understand my techniques and stuff. So yeah, and also Diane, like you said, hopefully filling in some gaps. So there might be something that you had missed before. So, that's good. And then on this layer styles, it's about resizing layer styles, working with the libraries, and then I write it all out for everybody so that you can, you know, some people are more not visual or don't like to watch videos, you know, so that's the idea. So that's that one. And then before, I had already had the impressionist brush technique blog post, but what I did was I went through and I made videos for it. So all the videos are at the top. And it's just going over this technique, going over the modern impressionist, making your own color palettes, making color palettes from photos. And I had all this in my blog, but a lot of people like to watch videos. So that is the idea with that. And Linda, okay, I was fuzzy. I'm good now. Okay, let's hope so. All right, so we will pray that the internet gods are with us. I'm at a different condo right now. I'm visiting my family, and I had noticed a little internet slowness, so we're hoping. And then the third foundation video that I did was the wet paint studio or wet paint brush technique. So it's before I had created a video series for the wet paint studio, but this is working with all the wet paint brushes, no matter what collection that they're in. So all the foundations, making your own palettes, all of that. And for that one, I have not got a blog post done yet. So I will have that very soon. And okay, Patrick, you think good for a refresher? Yeah, I had gotten a lot of people saying that. So that's the idea, is to kind of like do a good refresher. And yeah, so I'm wondering, I'm hoping it doesn't slow down my video, but I'm wondering if I should maybe, I was going to preview some brushes that I'm working on and see what you guys think. So I think a lot of you guys are some of my peeps from my newsletter who tune into a lot of my stuff, but I was going to show you something that I'm working on. And yeah, we'll see what you think. But it was just something that kind of started as a fluke, but I kept, oh gosh, hold on one second. I kept playing around, and I think that they're going to be a fun little mini collection. And yeah, I kind of want to like show you guys and see what you guys think. So yeah, I think we'll get those brushes out, but let me just get myself set up here and turn off that layer. So today I didn't have like so much of a pre-made tutorial plan, but I did have a couple things on a checklist so that I was gonna kind of play with some ideas. So first thing that I was going to do is give you guys that are here right now a preview of these brushes. And it was funny because I had just kind of stumbled on this sort of brush technique or whatever, and it's using the pattern stamp technique. And I had stumbled on it and started playing with like one iteration of this brush, and I started to just keep going and playing around, whatever. And so I think it's quite cool, and I think that I know what I'm going to call them already. Let me find them here. Hold on. So hang tight. I think this will be a cool one. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Okay. Now I'm hoping that this won't slow down the stream, because sometimes a couple of these brushes were, well, not these ones, but some that I had used with the technique had kind of slowed down my Photoshop. So, okay. So as long as you guys are on, so I'm going to, these brushes are a little bit more like, it kind of made me think of like, it's a lot of lines. And what they are is I had started with the brush tip of the here, what is it? The Photoshop brush tip, the bristle brushes. So I had been playing around with the Photoshop bristle brush tips, and I had realized that they had these cool like patterns coming out of it. And so I just started making all these iterations, and so it's like a lot of lines. And I'm just gonna actually go ahead and just grab some of them, and let's see here. No, it's not this one. And I started playing around with them and I just realized that like I think they're quite cool, and there is a trend that I have been seeing, and this kind of all works together. Not this one, hold on. Okay. All right, so this is, I'm going to show you some of them. And what's cool about these brushes is that when they come out of the, if I use my Wacom pen, it comes out one way, but if I use my mouse, it comes out a totally different way. And it was crazy because I actually didn't reconcile that, but I kind of like that, like that. It's kind of a digital chaos. And then what was crazy and made everything kind of click is that I was reading this Vogue article, and it was talking about, and because these brushes kind of reminded me of like a glitch. And so then I saw this headline, is Glitchcore coming to fashion? And it's about all these like techie sort of influence, and this idea of tech nostalgia, vibrant patterns, bugs, computers, you know, kind of lines, and kind of that whole sort of thing. And that kind of gave me the inspiration with these brushes. And you see that kind of patterns in here. Hold on. Just a lot of like lines, and a lot of these brushes are created of lines. So that gave me the idea, yeah, of like playing on that idea of glitchcore, and these brushes are a little bit glitchy and a little bit crazy, and I think that they could be really fun for backgrounds and stuff. David, glad you like it. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through here and show you guys some of these brushes, and then let me just find a good zoom level so that you can actually see the brushes. Oh, hello. So here's one, and actually let me zoom out. But what I like is these brushes do so many different things. So I'm gonna get my, so like this one is crazy because it's totally different if this is using my mouse and this is using my Wacom, but there's some even cooler ones. So I just think here's one, and I just think we could do some fun things. You know, you could do some really amazing like digital backgrounds, or even, you know, using shapes, you know, using your selection tool and then doing this within shapes. So I think we could really mix that glitch technique with also with maybe some organic sort of brushes, and just have really fun with that. And it's kind of crazy. Now this one I think is quite cool. And what's cool is like, you know, you can make these little, you can make flowers. And it's one, and it looks, what's crazy is that it looks one way if you're going like, you know, clockwise, one way if it's going counterclockwise. If you're going left to right, it can look different. So I just think that there's a lot of different, I think we could just do some fun things with these brushes. And they're just kind of crazy. They're not like any brushes that I've done before, but I think they're kind of just magic. And I just love seeing how how they come out. And it does kind of embracing this banding sort of pattern, because like when I was doing my brushes before, I don't like banding. You know, I try to make sure that my brushes mix really well, but with these brushes, it's kind of like embracing that banding. And here is, I think I think it could be fun. So, you know, you can make some flowers. Let's play with this one with this one. Oh, this one's crazy. This is with the mouse. And I think it's I think I had kind of stumbled on these with playing with even some my feathery stuff. So I think that I'm gonna go ahead and release these a bit like pretty soon. What's crazy, I think they look better normally with the Wacom. And yeah, I'll have to like edit them and stuff too, but I think there's a lot of possibilities. The last one with the mouse, you like that one, Linda? Oh, good. And you can fill in big areas. I like that. I think that's quite cool. I like some of these that are like this. I think that I could really make some fun digital backgrounds. So I'm going to quick flip through. And I just love those. Sometimes with the mouse, they look totally different. This one that's a mouse. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to try to go through here. And if you see any that you can, David, you can use them as regular brushes. I believe, yeah, you could totally use it. Let's look and see how they look on a single brush. I'm curious now. I always love my color blends, but where are we here? Which one were we at? No. BM2, let's hear. Let's scroll down. BM. And of course they're not named, so hang tight. Oh no, these ones I had, hold on. Some of them, that's why they kept going back to the color blending ones, because I had actually saved the pattern stamp tool on them. Let's get, yeah, I think, you can do them single color, David, but I don't think that they will look quite as cool. I think the magic is more in the oh, this one is cool. Although let me just save that as without the tool settings. Okay. Tester. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to show, this one is quite fun. I think you could do some fun things with that. This one is using the my Wacom tablet. But I like how if you do like if I do counterclockwise or clockwise. Oh yeah, you like that one, Linda? That's quite cool. This one is cool. The directional one is cool. I could see making like some roses or something with that. Look at that. So that is counterclockwise. And then this is clockwise. So that's fun. And I think, yeah, I think you can make some really fun things. And also this one, if you just kind of push down, it looks like a feather, like a really fun feather motif. Like, how cool is that? So it's like very matrix, very, I don't know. It's fun. It's like, I love, oh, here you got a good feather going on here. Like, that's cool. Okay, now I'm curious. I want to see how that looks like as a single color direction. Hold on. Tester, okay. This one would look okay as a single color, but I think that they just look super cool as the multicolor. What do you think? Diane, it's addictive? I think so. Yeah, I think I'm just going to release these soon instead of like, maybe for my newsletter, I'll do a pre-release so you guys could just start playing with them, but I definitely need to edit the collection just a little bit. So we'll see, but David, I'm curious to think if you like the single color. There, you could definitely do some things with it for sure. And some people, definitely like the single color. And that's the good thing though about the color blending brushes is that you can, all of my color blending brushes, you can always use them as a single color, but generally they look quite cooler. Okay, you look forward to experimenting both ways. Thank you. Okay, so this one, let's see here. Let me hide those. This one has kind of an initial direction. What's funny is some of these, like, look when you move, like they look super cool. When you're, oh, right here, you can really see the threads forming. And I think that's quite fun. It's very techno. Which setting? Well, these ones, Patrick, so these ones don't have any mixing settings on them. These ones are using my pattern stamp technique, which doesn't have, you know, mix, like the wet mixing brush, kind of mixing, but I like the edges and all that banding that's happening. So, oh, let's hear this one. I don't know about this one. Kind of was playing around with like little kind of pom-poms. It's so crazy. Oh, here's one that's kind of cool. This one I was playing around with the idea of doing a dual brush. So when you use a dual brush, then it contains the original brush inside a second brush. So that's kind of interesting too. Although I don't know if I need to do dual brushes too much, because you can always draw a shape with your selection tool, and then, you know, I don't want to like have too many brushes, but I think that's interesting. Let's see here. Let's see what this one is. This one is kind of feathery, geometric feathery. Oh, this one is, oh my God, look at the difference between using my Wacom, and this is using my Wacom tablet or my pen. This is using the mouse. Totally different, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah, okay. So let's just view a few more, just giving you guys a little taste. And if you guys are not, ooh, this one's fun. Make sure also, just to let you know, anybody that's following along for the first time, you can also subscribe to my Behance. It's for $10 and access all of my Behance tutorial resources. It's got like 365 brushes, tons of layer styles, all kinds of goodies, only for $10. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter list too. And I think I have somewhere in the description you can sign up for my newsletter. So if you're not signed up for my newsletter, make sure you do that already, because I always take care of my newsletter peeps. Linda, you've sold me. Okay, good. Oh, this one is fun. This one is one of the, I think, the original ones that I did. And I just love when you go every different direction, all the things that you could do. That's, I think it's fun. I think we're going to have some fun with these. Oh, that's nice. What do we think? What do we think? Yeah, I like that. And then let's go the other way. Yeah, I think this is going to be a trend for 2022, like kind of embracing that glitch. So I think that's fun. Here's, I'm using the same color palette that I had just created from like an artwork or something. Wait, where is it? Where's my color palette? Oh, that's the one I used. Hold on 1 second. Thumbnails. Just because I create color palettes from feathery. Okay, I just did that one. I create color palettes from images and stuff all the time. I love it. It's my favorite trick. That's also in my oh, in my foundations. This one is quite nice. Yeah, I'm loving all these. Here's the mouse. That one is actually pretty similar on the mouse. This one I don't think that I love so much. It's just a little bit too, well, I don't know. It's more bold, it's different. I love the names that I make these whenever I'm just like playing around with, like whenever I'm just saving them really quick. I'm like, cool, double cool, awesome. This is here, this one, okay, this one is it's playing around with the contained brush, the dual brush settings. And this is something that I could see using this as a pattern or something, you know. You can just, I love just the idea of like layering two brushes together. Like that dotty brush, and then take like one of these and I don't know, use a different color scheme behind it. Okay, that's maybe a little extra. We'll just keep going. Okay, hold on. Well, I'm giving y'all all of my, David, you like the Dottie? Okay, cool. I'm giving you guys all my preview today. Y'all are getting a treat. Now I'm going to have to release these soon because I've already just previewed it to everybody. Oh my God. That's crazy. This one's contained too. It's kind of, for me, it kind of looked tropical. I don't know, with the little things. Let's hear. This one's a Dottie. This one I awesome name Cool 2 with a K. That one, I don't know. Direction, oh, some of these, this one I was playing around with having the direction control, although sometimes I liked not having the direction control and it kind of twists a lot of different ways. And I'm gonna just, okay, here's some different ones. Just with different, these are more like kind of a boa sort of shape brushes. This one is, I think, a bit fun. Look, when you fill it in, you can see the brush tips playing around in there. But anyway, oh, that one is a, okay, that's pretty the end of it. I think I gave you guys a pretty good idea of what's ahead. So hopefully you guys are, these ones I don't know if these ones are kind of crazy. I don't know if I can do anything with them. Curious if you, like what you think. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know, but I don't know. That's just a little too chaos. I don't know. This one, okay, this one kind of reminded me of fireworks. Kind of interesting, kind of crazy. Lucky Doer, although these are geometrical, the effect seems almost organic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, like I was kind of thinking that too, you know. It's that play of geometric and organic that I liked, and I think that could be really, really interesting. This one I think I liked originally because it looked kind of like a feather. So that was kind of fun. They're all unique. Don't get rid of any. Yeah, I'll have to make sure that I put out the unedited version too. But sometimes I try to like edit or, you know, or if something's really like not impressive. I don't know if this one is, yeah, I don't know. I think that I can always find a reason for any Photoshop brush. So like, look at this. You could just take this one brush and just make like a total pattern just like this. That's cool. I dig it. Oh, snap. Thanks, Danielle. Love it. Okay, what else? So yeah, so I previewed the glitch, so check that off. And let's hear what else. Oh, I had kind of played around with that on my last tutorial about the paint pulling brushes. So I was just gonna quick do a like really fast demonstration and show you guys the some of the paint pulling things if you guys hadn't done them. And if any of you guys have to go, don't worry about it. Just fall off whenever you know, you can always catch the replays and stuff. But because what is it? I've already been on for like a half an hour. Okay. Because I said I was going to just be on for half an hour. But anyway, I'm just going to keep going and playing around and see where the Photoshop brushes take me. But let's see here. So what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to show the paint pulling brushes. And this is just, I'll just do a real quick overview of these. I had teased these. Thanks, Lucky. There's a lot of possibilities with the brush, so I think we can have some fun with them. Yeah, and so the paint pulling brush, I had played around with this on the last tutorial that I did, but I'm just going to do a quick demo of the paint pulling brushes and just show you how easy it is to make these really cool sort of wet paint sort of backgrounds. And what's cool about this technique is that it actually combines two of my techniques. So at first we're going to use the pattern stamp technique, impressionist technique. And then the second one, we are going to use my wet brush technique with these brushes. And these brushes are actually using the wet paint mixer brush settings and just to pull the paint that's on the canvas. And yeah, I think it's a really fun thing to do. And actually, I had seen some Instagram videos like this before, although these paint pulling brushes that I did were years ago, but I've noticed a trend now on some of the Instagram things that I've seen of people putting paint on a canvas and then taking like a squeegee or something and pulling it down and just seeing all the beautiful effects that can come out. And that's kind of what this digital technique is. So first of all, I'm just going to take I'm going to grab one of my, I'll just use this color palette that I've been using. So it's just from, I screenshotted it from online. And I think it's prettier. I'll mix a few. So I'm just going to go first of all and just grab like my Modern Impressionist Brush Studio. And the cool thing about this technique is that it doesn't really matter which brush you use. You just want to put some color on your canvas, and then we'll just drag it and pull it, and then we'll use the different brushes and you can see how it pulls the paint in different ways. So I'll just grab Modern Impressionist Brush 1, and this is using my Impressionist brush technique. And again, if you're not familiar with this technique, check out one of my blog posts. But I'm just going to take this brush and let's just fill in some of my canvas here. Now I'm using like a strong pressure, and that's going to give me like a sharp definition. Normally, oh, here we go. I'll use brush number 2. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just going to lay down some colors like this. And that's good. I don't really care what it looks like. I'm just trying to get those colors on the screen. And maybe we'll just do 2 versions. So I'll do a version like this. And then I'm going to do a version, and I'll take my eyedropper tool, and then I'm going to select a color in here, a dark one. And now I'm going to take my regular brush tool, grab brush number 2, and then the same brush, and I just want to kind of make some dark, like a few dark areas. So that's cool. We'll see the difference, see what kind of difference it makes. And now I'm going to make a new layer, and now I'm going to take my eyedropper tool, and let's get one of these lighter colors here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw some just some one color paint strokes like this. That's cool. Okay. So let's do one version where it's just this one, okay? And we're gonna pull the paint, and then we'll do one version like this one and just kind of see the difference of them. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to make a new layer on top of all those layers that I've just made. And I'm going to Command Option Shift E, and that's going to just load that up into a new layer, or it's going to merge everything onto a new layer. So that's good. And then let's see here. So now I have this one, and I always like to work non-destructively. So I'm going to duplicate that layer, and then I'm going to take my original layer and duplicate that. So I'm going to have 2 different layers because I want to, this one and this one. Okay. So we'll just play with some paint techniques, paint pulling techniques, and then see the difference between them. And okay, my mom's calling. She's just gonna have to wait. Okay, hang on one second. I'm just gonna see if she wrote me a text. Okay. Okay, no, she can wait. Oh Lord. Okay, so now we've got the backgrounds. Okay, we got 2 different versions. One tip that I will tell you if you're using this this sort of paint pulling technique is if you want a final size that's say like 8 inches by 8 inches, make the your canvas like 10 inches by 10 inches or a little bit bigger, because around the edges sometimes it looks not as nice. So anyway, now what's cool is that I'm going to make a new layer above these. I love working non-destructively, so I'm going to go to get my paint pulling brushes now, and here they are here, and I think I have like 16 of them, and they're all different, so totally fun. Okay, so I'm gonna just grab paint pulling brush 1. And the cool thing is I don't have to work on that original layer. So I'm just making a new layer above it. And I'm gonna click sample all layers. And let's see what's gonna happen here. So now these brushes are using the wet paint mixer brush settings. And they all have a different tip with different spacings, different mix wetness settings, and all of that. And the common denominator on them is that they all have no color loaded into them. So they are going to just interact with whatever color that is already on your canvas. So that's the fun part of them. So I'm just gonna, but the cool thing is that I've already done all those settings for you. So you have to just grab one of them and start playing. So I'm grabbing my paint pulling brush 1, and I'm gonna click sample all layers. And so now I'm going to hold down my shift key. If you want a straight stroke, hold down your shift key. So I'm just gonna do that because I want a straight one. So I'm just gonna kind of go over here, hover above, holding down my shift, and then I'm gonna pull. And one thing though is if you're with Photoshop, if you're holding down your shift key and then you go to make your second stroke, sometimes it can try to connect those strokes. It drives me crazy. So usually I go somewhere random and just tap so that it breaks that and doesn't connect the strokes. Like that. Okay. So now I'm going to hold down shift and just go up. And now we've made these really cool they were kind of iCat, I don't know if that's how you say it, sort of inspired, kind of reminded me of that. So that is using brush number 1 with the first one. So there's where we started, and there's where we got. And that's quite cool. It's really pretty. It looks like, you might have spent a lot of time on it, but it's really very easy. And then here is the second one. And now I'm going to make a new layer above it, of course, because we don't want to work non-destructively. And then again, sample all layers is still selected. So now I'm just going to go over here and pull that down. And now we see like a little more drama. Because we've got those nice big areas of blue and light green. I kind of like this one better. So let's go up and let's see here. So we'll just do like that. So there we have it. Very cool. The colors are mixing beautifully and it's just a lot of fun. So it's cool. Let me just check my phone really quick. Oh my God. Why is everybody worried about me? Okay, sorry, just 2 seconds. My family is, for some reason, I don't answer my phone like one time, and everyone's asking if I'm alive. I'm like, watch my lives, people. Good Lord. I have never in all my days. So anyway, so there we go. So we got that and that. And now I'm just going to do a couple more brushes really quick and just show you the difference of like what you can expect. So let's grab paint pulling brush 2. And don't forget, you don't have to go straight. You can make curves and stuff too, but I'm just going to, let's see here. I'm going to click sample all layers. So here's brush 2, totally different. This one's got like 2 sort of things that pulls down. So it's really fun. There we go. That's brush 2. Here's brush 3. Let's kind of go through them. Oh, wait. Let's see here. Sample all layers. This one pulls it moves the paint less. So I think you can quite see the difference there. I think I'm going to mix multiple brushes on the same one. paint pulling brush 4. Let's see here. I have to hit sample all layers. Don't forget to hit sample all layers if you're working on a new layer. But I love working on a new layer because then I have my original one and I don't have to worry about, you know, all that. That one is cool. Loving it. And paint pulling brush 5. I keep forgetting. Sample all layers. And that one's like, it's really strong. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see all of the different ways that it pulls the paint. Let's play with that last one and maybe do some non-straight lines. So don't forget you can have fun and it doesn't necessarily need to be straight. So, you know, you can just play around, experiment. Sometimes though, I like to kind of have a plan because the more you mix, depending on the brush, the more muddy it will get. So just a little hot tip. Here's the brush 6. We can get an idea of it. And I'll have this link down below, but these are on my website under my Photoshop brushes. These are the paint pulling brushes. And I think I might just have to play with these a little bit more. I had not touched these in ages, since a long time, and then just I had happened to think about it and use them a little bit on the last tutorial, and that was like, oh my god, I need to get out these. The problem is that I have so many brushes and just not enough time to make demonstrations with everything. So but hopefully like what's nice now is I have a lot of people sharing what they make with my brushes and stuff. So if you make something cool with my brushes, please tag me. I'm going to be more vigilant on that and just being like sharing, you know, things that people are creating, because I can't create it all, you know. So here's paint pulling brush 8. Let's just have a little bit more fun while we're at it. This one, that's cool. It's got these like areas where it's pulling, but then there's like little gaps where it's, I don't know, it's like not pulling as much. So these were kind of a random brush that I made, but I just think they're super fun. And I think that they have loads of possibility. Even I could see playing with this technique plus my glitch brushes and kind of, you know, like combining them maybe. I'm going to go ahead and finish all these brushes because I want to see how they look. I haven't seen these in ages. Okay, this is paint pulling brush 10. I like that one because it's got like 3 things, but it leaves that little bits in between that don't move, which is kind of cool. Here's paint pulling 11. Oh, I forgot sample all layers. I don't have them set to sample all layers by default, just because you might want to work actually on the layer. So just remember, if you're making, just to keep hitting sample all layers. Here's brush 12. Oh, that one is very cool. Loving it. Why are these so cool? I have so much fun with them. It's like my own stuff, but I'm like, it's so awesome. Toot toot. Just having a blast. Okay, we're almost done here. And then I don't want to like wear everybody out. I was going to do some feather flowers. That is, what is that? I love it. 14. But I think that what I'll do is maybe I'll do another live. I have another live. I don't know, maybe not tonight. Let's not get crazy. I do have another one scheduled for tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning. So what I think I'll do is I'll put off the abstract floral stuff that I was wanting to do until tomorrow at 10:30. So here we have got brush 15. Let's just, ooh, look at us move those paints. And let's just finish off with 16 with sample layers. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Love it. So, but as you can see, sometimes at the top it's not the best. So I always will tell you to, you know, make it a little bit bigger than you need. Hello, trying to describe. Oh, Lucky. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know about that. I'm gonna check with them because yeah, the subscription via Adobe, it's actually via Adobe Behance website is, what do you call it? Yeah, it's via Stripe. So I will check on that for you and see if they have any solutions or whatever. Um, but let's say you're lucky. If you can send me an email if you would like to subscribe, because I'll take care of it, or make sure we can get you to subscribe. And my subscription is it's $10 a month on via Behance, and I used to be on Patreon, but now I'm really preferring this platform of Behance because it's directly through the Adobe ecosystem, and there's just like a lot of advantages. Plus, it's better as a user because you can easily find your past resources and stuff. I love the organization, so it's really cool. So yeah, so hopefully, thank you guys, like, for everybody who popped on with me for just a little bit of Photoshop brush therapy. And um if let's see here, I didn't have some freebies prepared for today, but well, let's see here, I don't know if you can comment on the, oh no, you have to wait till the thing process. Well, you know what, let's just make it easier. um just join me like tomorrow at 10:30, or check my Behance tomorrow, and I'm going to share some freebies for all of my Behance friends or whoever's joining on my live stream. So I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who managed to join in. And I'm definitely doing like the stream tomorrow 10:30 in the morning, because I know this is like really late for people that are on European time and stuff. So thanks everybody for popping on. It was so much fun. I'm like so happy to be on live again. I just was like, I cannot go on live until I finish those dang blog posts, and it was really doing my head in, but they had to be done. So, because especially if I have new people come in, I just want to like say, hey, go do this, 1 2 3, follow these steps. And also too, I hear a lot of stuff from some of the people who have followed me for a long time, and they're like, oh, sometimes I get confused still, do you have like a overview side of things? So that's why I was just really on those to like get those finished. And so I'm really happy, and I have them mainly finished. Two of the blog posts done. I've got all 3 of the video series done, and then I'll put up the wet paint blog post probably tomorrow. So thanks for everybody who joined in, and also everybody who left a message. And thanks Patrick and David and Diane, and everybody for like commenting, because it totally makes it more fun for me. So I'll catch you guys soon, and hopefully tomorrow for whoever can. Yeah, Dan, call your mom. Yeah, I did text her, just WhatsApp her. I'm like, oh my god, she tried to call me like one time and I didn't answer, and she thinks I'm dead. So anyway, too tragic. All right, you guys have a great day.